What's up, guys? Mr. Overkill, and this is the corpse episode. So if I can just jump on aggro here, we can get to riding. These will be in order. This took me an hour and a half to do. This is post commentary because I'm not gonna sit there and record for an hour and a freaking half traveling across the world. Sorry, that's just not how I roll, man. It's just not how I roll because I'm lazy like that. So here we have the first of our 15. We have Valis here, and he seems to have become one with the earth, if you catch my drift. You notice a lot with the people shaped like Valis. Like, look at this. You can see his eye and everything. There's his hand. You can see his eye there. A lot of the ones shaped like Valis, humanoid, they like to lay the same way. And it's weird, but, you know, you'll see. And by the way, the cutscene after Argos isn't exactly blind anymore because I had to skip it a couple times to do this, or not a couple times, but once to do this. So it's not exactly blind anymore, but that's okay because the last Colossus, whose name Malice by the way is. So here we have Quadratus, the first four-legged Colossus, and the first one to engage my rage mode. And so my original plan was to go around him on aggro, and I'm like, nah. You won't be able to see him enough because, you know, aggro will be spinning around. I suck with camera controls. I still suck with camera controls, apparently. And you wouldn't be able to see the real corpse of the Colossus. So, this is Quadratus. He's pretty sad. He died. Ha ha. He was also the first one I teabagged, I think. I could be wrong. I didn't exactly do my research before I did this because I'm apparently retarded. But that's okay. And there's his face, you can barely see. You can kind of see a horn or two, but, yep, so time to hop on aggro and go on to Gaius, the Fierce Knight. Any day now. When did I edit it? Oh, it's coming up soon, okay. I have to show myself riding off into the sunset beforehand. Okay. And here we are, and this betrayed it. Boom, you can already see it, you don't even have to make it all the way up there. I mean, ugh, what the frig, man, what the frig. I wouldn't be a surprise, but here's Gaius. As you can see, you get a nice view of his crotch before anything else. And notice how they're starting to become rock. Like pure rock. Like they're losing all their moss. And they're like becoming part of the land again. Well, I think that's awesome. It's like... It's symbolism for... And here's this fucking weird head. It's like gone now. But it's like symbolism for like... You know, once you die, you go into the earth. You know, shit like that, you know. I can see the symbolism in this game. By the way, it's ball feet. Yeah, they have no definition to them whatsoever. It's like bad graphics version of themselves, just face planted to the ground, but it still looks good. It still looks like they're dead and decomposing, and it's awesome. In a few years, they will be nothing but rock, and they will not. No one would have known that they were actual creatures. Mind-boggling, it really is. Geronimo poop sex. Yeah, I just had to throw that in there. All right. So now we're coming up here on Pelagia, and he doesn't look like one to begin with. So I was like, is this him? This is the one that I started trying to act like it was live commentary to keep it interesting. And I know a lot of people are going to be looking back on that, be like, oh, he's faking, he doesn't know how to do live commentary. I'm like, nah. And I'm thinking, at this point, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely a Colossus. But, I don't know why I was doing it. I guess I was just trying to keep the reader's attention. And see, there's one of his legs, so I'm like, yep, it's him. I was just trying to do it to keep the watcher's attention. I don't know why I said readers. And there's his face. Old Pelagia. Damn. Or not Pelagia, Phaedra. Duh. Did I say Pelagia at the beginning of this? I probably did. I hate myself. First try. Alright. Now we move on to the next guy. The Goliath, known as Barba. And he's also one that looks like Valis, and you'll see what I mean by the way they lay. Their heads all face the same way. His epic beard is gone, which makes me sad. Very sad. And his arm is outstretched this way. You know, his hand looks the same. All of the ones like him. Even Argos is like this, but see, he's starting to decay a little bit. And I did not actually do these in order. I edited them to put them in order. The way I originally did them is I did them all on one side of the temple, closest to each other. And here's Kuromori. And then I did them all on the other side of the temple, closest to each other. That way to save time on me. And there's this fucking, laser face. This guy was the most annoying one of them all. This is my second least favorite. My first one being fucking Argos. I'm sorry, but God, he was annoying. And here I am for old time's sake. Suck it, bitch! Gotta have that in there. Okay, so that was the end of this guy. Now we go on to Bossaron. This is my least favorite. I lied. This guy is my least favorite of all time, other than damn Argos. Okay, Argos second, Cormori third, this guy first. This guy, I call him Bassaran, because when I say that, I imagine B and an ass in like quotation marks, and then A-R-A-N, like Bossaron, except Bassaran, or Bassaron, or however you want to say it. But I decided to do a sweep with aggro, and I'm like, fuck it. It's too fast. I suck. Let me look at him good. And, here's where the fucking recording betrayed me, because I was like, maybe they'll be saying this good. And I'm like, fuck no, they're not. Because, you know, the top has been cut off the entire playthrough. By the way, I think I know I fixed it. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. I'll see when I record the final part. But, basically it had something to do with aspect ratio on the actual game, changing it from, like, 4 out of 3 to, like, 6 out of 9, 16 out of 9, or whatever. But here we have Dirge, the Sand Snake, and I'm sorry. I was not meant to figure him out as easily as I did. I really wasn't. I admit that. He was supposed to be hard, and I kind of made him a pussyfoot, and I kind of regret that, because this guy's forever going to be implanted in my mind as the easy one. The really easy one, the obvious one, you know. I mean, sure, there were a lot of other obvious ones, but this guy was just happened to shoot him in the eye because he was really close to me. And bam, I figured it out. I'm like, okay, that's great, you know. So, this is him being all decayed and whatnot, and this isn't a very funny part. I noticed that, but fuck it. You know what? I said I'd do the corpse episode. Here's the corpse episode. Show off one of my favorite games of all time. So fuck it. I don't care if it's funny. The next part will be funny because I'll actually be playing again. My post-commentary sucks, apparently. Okay, so here we have Cenobia. Mighty Celosia. Sorry. And, I killed him down there, but for some reason his corpse is up here, but look at him. Here I am doing a slow walkthrough. I tried my best to be respectful to this one. I mean, you know, look at this. I even kneeled down in front of it. I mean... This one I still regret killing. This one I still feel bad about killing. I really do. I mean, God, the way they made you kill him was so sad. Like if you didn't make him if they didn't make you scare him and put a pitiful look on his face, you probably wouldn't feel as bad. You probably wouldn't. And here we have the majestic Phalanx. This guy was awesome. Still my absolute favorite design. I don't think anyone could top him. Phalanx, the Sky Dragon. This guy was awesome. Oh, and I didn't do Avion, Pelagia, or Hydrus because they sunk into the water when they died. So you can't see their corpse. So I'm just like, well shit, that sucks. So it looks like I can't get those corpses. Now, I mean, I went and looked at them, but I couldn't get those corpses because they were deep in the water and you can't like dive low enough. You know, you can't even dive lower than it lets you. After you like hold like L1 or R1 or whatever the fuck it is, you can't dive any lower than that. So I'm like, damn it, I can't get them anymore. But as you can see, it looks like he's like floating on a sand dune, like he just landed on top of a sand dune. But yeah, sooner or later he's gonna be one with the forest or the one with the desert, and no more Phalanx. This is pretty. It's pretty like I don't know. It's like going down memory lane, kinda. I mean. It's kind of like, wow, I took that motherfucker down. You know, you kind of like have a flashback to the parts. Here we go, here's Cenobia. And I don't feel nearly as bad. And here I have a little glitch out. Long jump. Okay. So, I don't feel nearly as bad. And that looks like a claw where his face is. I'm like, is that his claw? What the fuck? So I decided to look back and I'm like, oh wait, no, that's just his face. He's just upside down. And you can kind of see where he got fucked up. He's even facing the opposite direction of the cutscene. That's the funniest part. They made Cenobia teleport and face the opposite direction of the cutscene. I mean, they really fucked Cenobia up, and I don't even care. And here we go. Here's Cooch himself. My friends call me Cooch! Okay, I'm sorry. Here we have Argos, and, I am very happy this motherfucker is dead, let me tell you. But as you can see what I'm talking about, he looked kind of like Palace. And look at the direction he's facing. You can see his eye there. See his hand? It's laying the same way. There's his feet. His feet are a little different than Argos and Barba. And then, yeah. And over there you can see is the remnants of his dagger. I might have edited out where I stopped to look at it. No, I didn't. I just didn't mention it at that time. I was too busy talking about the meme that I came up with. My friends call me Coach! Okay, anyway. So, I'm Mr. Overkill. The next part will be the last part when we take on Malice, the whatever the fuck he is. And, that'll be in the Shadow Colossus playthrough. So, it's been a great playthrough, guys. I'll see you then. I'm Mr. Overkill. I'm out. Epic panning!